What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Sixx Daze. I am Bob Sixx, and today I'm going to begin my run of videos about self-improvement. This video will be a lot about my early childhood and my years as a drug addict and being homeless. And the reason for that is to establish how I came up with the techniques that I've used to overcome all the things in my life to become who I am today. I have a lot of people who will contact me through private messages, through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and man, I wish I could be as out there as you and as comfortable with who you are. I haven't always been this way. I was born Bobby Ray Welch Jr. to my parents. My mother was very loving and caring. She still is. And my biological father was not. I later, after I grew up, I realized that he had developed a split personality while he lived in Vietnam. While he served in Vietnam. And that's how he dealt with it. Everybody was surprised when he came back from Vietnam and seemed perfectly normal. Well, he developed a split personality to deal with what he was doing. His own family doesn't know to what extent his cruelty went. I don't think anybody outside the four walls of our home knew the level of cruelty. Now, I was born an alpha male. It is what it is. I'm not bragging or anything. I am an alpha. I am not a beta. I'm not a follower. But I don't know if his instincts, because Bob, you'll notice I refer to him by his given name. I refer to my father that adopted me as Dad, so that'll be part of the story. But Bob was an alpha male, and I don't know if he could sense that I was an alpha, and that's why he chose to belittle me and treat me the way he did, because a lot of stuff he said, well, this is how I was taught. It's not at all. Nobody, not even his mother, knew where he came up with a lot of his shit that he said and the way he justified being abusive towards us. And she didn't even know the extent that it went to. She just, he behaved in front of her. So they have no idea. But he chose to belittle me. And when I was in the second grade, we were watching a scary movie, and he happened to look over and realize I was scared. I wasn't crying. I wasn't clinging to them. I wasn't moving in close to them. Second grade. His way of curing my fear was to lock me in the dark garage, because the light switch was inside. I couldn't turn it on. He locked me in the garage, to my screams of horror, until my mom made him let me in. And then I got in trouble. The way he taught me to swim, because he tried to teach me at a public pool, and people threatened to call the cops. So he stopped. That's when I was in kindergarten. But when I was in the third grade, I think it was, we were out on the boat, and my mom wasn't around because she was at work, and he said, it's time for you to learn to swim, and fucking threw me out of the boat. So I spent a few years, one of my biggest fears in life is drowning. Surprise! I can swim well enough to survive, but I'm not no Olympic swimmer. But I had to learn on my own, and that wasn't until I was almost an adult that I actually learned to swim. I could beat the water and stay afloat, but to actually swim, I learned as an adult. He never missed a chance to belittle me or to spank me or to beat me for dumb shit. The dumbest of shit. I'm not going to go into all the details because that's not what this is. I'm just trying to establish a base on why I was the way I was. I spent some of my early childhood as a bully. I couldn't control what was going on at home. So I put it onto the weaker people, just like he was doing to me, because I was weaker than him. So I spent a few years as a bully, And it came to me one day when I bullied someone that this was bullshit. That person was experiencing the same fear that I experienced from what Bob was doing to me. So I changed. And I stopped bullying people, except for bullies. I take great pleasure in bullying or beating the shit out of a bully in front of the person they're bullying. Because I know what it's like. And to me, Bob was a bully. I guarantee you, if he tried any of that shit now, yes, he's an old man in his 70s and it would be different, but in my younger days, if he was closer to the age I am now, if he tried that shit on me, I'd strum his fucking peanut for him. Oh, sorry, I was supposed to drop F-bombs on these videos. For the other videos, on my 6 minutes, you can go there and I don't control what I say so much. I just be me. But I started, as I was going through puberty, I started becoming more self-aware. Ironically, right about the time I discovered masturbation. I started becoming more self-aware in who I wanted to be. Now, I have a very addictive personality. I've always been very self-reliant. And I spent a few years as a drug addict. I got addicted to meth like that. Most things when you hear people giving drug statistics, it's people who's read something in a book or they watch some instructional videos or documentaries. If you've never done drugs, don't tell me facts about drugs. I've done them. I've been addicted to meth for 2 years. And I beat it. I got off of it. A little help from my friends. Get by with a little help. Anyways, so I overcame that, and I can overcome anything else in life, and I use that as my basis. I'm like, you beat meth. But as I've gotten older, I have a vision of who I want to be, the kind of person I want to be. So I'm constantly developing. I meditate. I discover a lot of things when I meditate. I'm constantly reading stuff, watching stuff, and I'll take bits and pieces. If I see this person has, oh, I like that. So I'll take that and incorporate it in my life. And if it doesn't work, I can chunk it. But if it works, it helps me go towards this being that I want to be, I keep it. I'm constantly evolving. I've had to overcome self-doubt. I had to overcome my own personal fears, which I still struggle with to this day. 2 of my fears, which is, one's drowning, which I'm not as awkward about that now, or as scared of that now. It is a fear, but I don't go on cruises for fear of something happening and I have to swim to shore. That scares me. I got bit by a snake when I was 4, right before I turned 5. So I'm not scared of snakes, but I don't like to be in spots because I got bit by a copperhead and it was hiding under a rock that I was standing in front of. It didn't bite me until I jumped over it. But controlling fear, I don't like to be in confined spaces. I don't like attics of houses here in Texas or being under a house. That's a confined space. At night, I'm a little more leery in the woods, but it's caution. So fear is just an emotion, and I learned that young. Fear, shyness, embarrassment, those are just emotions. You can control those. You should use fear to help guide you. I tell everyone, trust your gut. If your gut tells you to leave, leave. If nothing jumps off, okay, you left. But what if shit jumped off and everyone died, but you weren't there because you trusted your gut? Here's an example. One time me and my kids were in Blockbuster. For those of you who don't know, it used to be a place that rented movies. You come in one side and there's all Blockbusters are set up the same. And a return center, which no one was there. But this was at night, probably a little late at night for me to have my kids at the age they were out. But I was a cool dad. We're standing at the checkout counter in line, and these 2 guys come in. One stopped at that counter, which there was no one there, so it was kind of weird, and he's looking over at all of us. The other one makes a wide circle around, and he's over off to my right. And the hair stood up on my arms. And I told my daughter, I gave her my car key, said, go get in the car. If shit jumps off, you and Zach get the fuck out of here. I'm pretty sure she could drive at the time, but she didn't have a license. But I was confident enough that she could get the fuck away from there. Oh my God, I just dropped the F-bomb. See how worked up I get? It's a natural thing for me. When I lose concentration because I'm thinking about what I'm talking about. But nothing happened, thankfully. But I always trust my gut, and you should too. So you use fear as a tool. Don't let it control you. So that's what this run of videos is going to be about. I'm not going to be so blah blah, but I wanted to establish how I developed the techniques I use to overcome fear, self-doubt, to become assertive in who I am. And I don't mean asshole assertive. I mean stand up for what you believe in. And to be more aggressive. You know, go after what you want to go after in life. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks. You worry about you and your dreams. So, I hope y'all dig this run of videos. Until next time, I am Bob Sixx. Have a great day. Make someone laugh.